In the heart of the bustling village of Oakhaven, where laughter and chatter filled the air, there lived a man whose presence was as steady and quiet as the ancient oak at the center of the square. His name was Elias, the village blacksmith. His workshop wasn't on the main street, but tucked away down a cobblestone alley, where the rhythmic ring of his hammer was a constant, comforting heartbeat for the whole community. Every morning, just as the first rays of sunlight kissed the thatched roofs, Elias would be up. He'd start his day not with a grand pronouncement, but with a simple routine. He'd stoke the forge, the embers glowing to life like a waking dragon, their warmth pushing back the morning chill. His workshop was a place of organized chaos. Tools, each worn smooth by years of use, hung in their designated spots on the walls. Scraps of metal were sorted into barrels, and sketches of designs were pinned to a wooden board, each one a solution to someone's problem. The air smelled of coal, hot iron, and the faint, sweet scent of quenching steam. His first visitor of the day was often young Leo, a boy with eyes full of far-off lands and grand adventures. Leo would perch on a stool just inside the doorway, watching Elias work, mesmerized. "Elias," he'd ask one morning, his voice full of hope, "could you make me a sword? A real hero's sword, so I can fight dragons." Elias would pause, wiping a smudge of soot from his brow with the back of his hand. He'd look at the boy, not with dismissal, but with a gentle smile. "A hero's sword, eh? Well, a hero's greatest weapon isn't the steel in his hand, Leo. It's the courage in his heart and the kindness in his actions." He then picked up a small, discarded piece of metal. Throughout the day, between mending plows and shoeing horses, he worked on it. By evening, he presented Leo not with a sword, but with a beautifully crafted metal compass, its needle polished to a mirror shine. "A true adventurer needs to find his way, both in the world and back home," Elias said softly. "This will always point you true." Leo's eyes widened, not with disappointment, but with a new understanding. He clutched the compass like the treasure it was. Later that day, a worried mother named Alara rushed in, her face etched with anxiety. Her youngest had a fever, and the handle of her big iron cooking pot, the one she used to brew her medicinal soups, had snapped clean off. "I don't have much to pay," she said, her voice trembling slightly, "but my little one needs the broth." Elias simply nodded, taking the heavy pot from her. He didn't speak of payment. He just went to work. He carefully reforged the handle, not just reattaching it, but strengthening the joint and adding a gentle curve to make it easier for her to hold. When he was done, he handed it back to her, the new handle still warm. "It's stronger now," he said. "It won't fail you." Alara's eyes filled with grateful tears. She tried to offer him a few coins, but he just shook his head. "Go take care of your child. That's payment enough." His days were a tapestry of such moments. There was old farmer Gregor, whose plow had hit a rock, threatening his entire harvest. Elias stayed up late into the night, working by the light of the forge, to repair the twisted metal so Gregor wouldn't lose a day in the fields. He didn't ask for extra pay for the late hours. He just knew the village relied on Gregor's crops. He forged sturdy, simple hinges for a new schoolhouse door, ensuring they wouldn't squeak and disturb the children's lessons. He created small, delicate clasps for a weaver's loom, allowing her to create more intricate patterns. He never sought praise. When villagers would thank him, he'd often just shrug, a humble smile playing on his lips, and say, "It's just what I do," or "glad I could help." He saw his work not as a grand calling, but as a series of small, necessary tasks. He was a mender, a fixer, a quiet force that kept the gears of the village turning smoothly. His strength wasn't just in his arms that could shape steel, but in his unwavering dedication to serving others without any need for recognition. As the years passed, the village grew and prospered. One year, during the annual Founders' Day festival, the mayor stood up to give a speech. He spoke of the founders, the merchants, and the farmers who made Oakhaven great. Then, he paused. "But there are heroes among us who we sometimes forget to see," the mayor said, his voice carrying across the silent town square. "They don't wear crowns or carry banners. Their work isn't celebrated with parades. Their heroism is in the reliability of a well-mended tool, the safety of a sturdy gate, the warmth of a pot that can brew a healing soup." He didn't say Elias's name. He didn't have to. Every head in the crowd slowly turned, not towards the stage, but towards the little cobblestone alley. They looked toward the workshop where a soft, orange glow was still visible, and the faint, familiar ring of a hammer could just be heard. Elias was still at his forge, likely finishing a small job for someone, unaware of the tribute. The mayor raised his glass. Let us toast to the quiet heart of our village, to the steady hand that strengthens us all. A cheer went up from the crowd, louder and more heartfelt than any that had come before it. Later that evening, a small procession of villagers, led by young Leo holding his compass, made their way to his workshop. They didn't bring a medal or a plaque. Instead, they brought him a hot meal, a fresh loaf of bread, and a bottle of cider. They just stood with him for a while, sharing stories and laughter in the warm glow of the forge. Elias, looking at the faces of the people he had helped in countless more ways, simply smiled. In their quiet gratitude, he found the only recognition he ever needed. He was Elias, the blacksmith, the quiet hero of Oakhaven, whose legacy wasn't forged in a grand monument, but in the countless, everyday acts of service that held his community together. True heroism, he knew, doesn't need to shout. It just needs to serve. Thank you for watching. If this story resonated with you, consider subscribing for more tales that find the extraordinary in the ordinary. Stay kind, and we'll see you next time.